disappointing.
What's disappointing? The Acolyte?
Yeah.
What about it?
Why are you not impressed?
Why are you not enthused?
And all that and more as soon as this episode starts.
Archive Podcast.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, but who the hell cares about wildlife anyway?
Right. We're over.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Archive Podcast. My name is Liz, and as always, I have Lola, Yadi, Justin. We are just talking about the Acolyte, and Justin is not enthused or impressed, as if you will.
Before you get into that, for some reason on the live preview and next to the editor, it was just constantly replaying the intro while you were talking.
Yeah,
It makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
What just happened?
Technical difficulties, apparently. I don't know.
Oh,
What the fuck? Damn, I'm gonna reintroduce this. What's going on? What's going on, guys? My name is Lewis. Thank you for joining us at the Nerd Archive Podcast. With me, as always, I have Lola, Yadi, and this guy that's not enthused, Justin.
Enthused.
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 Nerds don't words good, folks, especially
I
Lewis
don't.
right now.
Hey, shit. I don't use big words for a reason. Which is funny because it's not a big word. It's a half a word, but I still messed it up.
You tried your best. A for effort.
Life
did.
finds a way.
And way is alive. What?
I have no idea where you even thought you were going with that, but hey.
No, it's fine.
Didn't
It's
plan
fine. It is 9 o'clock.
You tried winging it. I didn't
It's
do
9
it.
o'clock on a Tuesday. And you know what else sucks on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock? The fact that we're releasing new shows at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. Justin, you don't care.
It's the fact that we're releasing shows. That's what you said. But see, that's the thing though. We all work full-time jobs. So what choice do we have?
But not us. As in as in Disney Plus, because
Disney's doing the exact same fucking thing, for some weird reason. But hey, what can you do?
Because people said, hey, when Thursdays at 9 o'clock is too late. Okay, we're going to do it on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. Okay, that's better. But now the new one is on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. It is earlier in the week.
But it's still later in the
It's a little, yeah.
God, 8 a.m. That's a sweet spot.
You answered half of people's questions by doing it a day earlier in the week and earlier
in the
evening. But then you went and screwed it up again by making it 9 p.m.
Right. It just makes it doesn't make any sense. So
no, it doesn't. But this is Disney we're talking about. So
yeah. What's funny, Justin? You don't like this show, and thus far is one of my favorite shows as in like writing. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen Andor. Whatever. We can move on from that.
Side note, I finished Andor, Justin. Fantastic ending.
So I just need to
tell
watch
me why you hate
the
the
last
Acolyte.
episode.
no, you really.
I watched the ending of the second episode the day it released. That's it.
Oh my God.
Are we just like taking turns disappointing, Justin? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Because it's working.
Yadi, it's your turn.
Why is this show so amazing and you don't like it? Tell us about it.
Because the writing fucking sucks. The acting fucking sucks. Honestly, one of the few decent people on that show as far as their performance goes, and shocker, it's not Carrie Ann Moss, because it looked like she fucking phoned that in. Her performance, she looked like she phoned that shit in. I swear to God. And what's weird is I loved the fucking Matrix. The first 3. The fourth one, I haven't seen yet. So, but from the reviews I've gotten from it, I don't think I'm missing much. But
she's the one though, but continue.
But at the same time, Matrix didn't have the best acting either.
I'm not talking as much for the acting. I'm talking as much for the acting or the action.
Okay.
Mm.
So the action in this show, the Acolyte.
The action didn't do it. The action didn't really do it. The acting sure as hell didn't do it. And the writing was fucking substandard, in my opinion, compared to what they should be doing. What the hell is his name? Lee, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I don't want to butcher it. But his character was probably the best in that entire series, or for what we've seen so far. And that's not saying a whole lot.
Okay. Let's rewind for a second to that first action sequence. That gave me Matrix vibes.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said when I watched that.
It was shades of the Matrix, definitely.
Right, because to me, it didn't feel like Star Wars until the little glimpse that we saw the lightsaber come out at the end of the fight. But I literally saw Trinity in those first 10 minutes of the episode. I didn't see a new character. I saw Trinity because of the fight sequence.
The way she fought and moved.
Yeah,
and
it was a martial arts sequence in Star Wars, which we haven't really seen other than some elements that Darth Maul had in episode 1. But never we've seen this style of fighting in a Star Wars project. So that to me was oh, okay. They probably did it because it was her. Because they knew they weren't going to have her for the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's absolute bullshit.
That was the disappointing part.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that
was one of them for me.
Yeah, I think that maybe to me, they should have, the first death of a Jedi Master should have been the second one that died, that was levitating. And the second one should have been someone else, and have her have that role of trying to figure out who it was, or trying to figure out who it was and trying to find them.
Maybe they couldn't afford her for more than the 10 minutes that they had her.
Disney has the money.
Disney definitely has the blank check to write to get her to be a part of more of the episodes of that series. I'm not entirely sure why they did it, unless there was a plan. But honestly, they could have done a hell of a lot better than that. And the guy that was floating, Dean Charles Chapman's character, his character was Chapman was completely wasted in that series. He was there for, again, it's repeating Carrie Ann Moss's thing where they basically killed her within 10 minutes. Because all he did was float there. He was shielded by the Force, and then he winds up killing himself.
Which was, leading to his death was great. Seeing that while you're meditating, you can't be attacked that to me was fantastic. Because again, we haven't seen that on a Star Wars project. Someone meditating and not being able to be harmed. And not only that, but you see, even though I liked it, I feel like I'm picking it apart. But you see him meditating, and she's obviously making noise the first time she gets to him. And then when she gets to him the second time, all she says is his name, and he wakes up. Like, excuse me? But at the same time, I'm more pissed off of the way that they took his life than anything else.
Well, we don't know the whole story yet, so
Right.
we don't know why he agreed to that, because apparently this girl was thought to be dead, and
There's some demons in his head, and he couldn't handle it anymore. That's probably why he hasn't... they said that he hadn't spoken to anybody in 10 years.
yeah.
So...
and just like that.
Well, because
Right.
he was stationed on that world. The whole thing, with Lee's character,
right. And Carry On Moss.
Right. With what the hell is her name?
Yes.
Osha or May or whichever one of the twins, because that's a weird concept in and of itself. Like, I'm not sure how well that's gonna fucking work out.
I
What,
like
twins?
the concept of the twins.
I've never seen it.
like
I've never
the
seen that on
concept-
Star Wars.
I like the concept of one being in the light and one being
like
in
the
dark.
identical.
She's never seen
No,
that.
the identical twins part. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. So don't even start.
I've never seen twins on Star Wars. Never. I don't know where. No, never.
No, this particular idea, I don't know.
Well, we got to figure out that there something really bad happened. That one of them said, "Fuck you," and you all thought I was dead. Lola, what do you think happened? Like, what's your theory so far?
I don't have anything on what happened. I have a theory on what will happen. I think they're gonna flip. I think Osha, which is the good one, is gonna go into the dark side, and I think that May, which is the dark side one, is gonna go into the light side. It seems like her motivation, and I was talking to Trey about this not too long ago. It seems like her motivation behind all the stuff that she's doing is the fact that she didn't know her sister, or she thought her sister was dead, and now that's not the case. So the motivation has been taken away. So I think she's gonna like ease up on killing people, and I think that because of the Jedi Order keeping Osha in the dark, she's gonna find out the truth and wanna get revenge.
Right, and you think Lee knew about it because he seemed surprised that she was alive.
And I think that not only is he covering it, that guilt that he has for whatever happened is what's driving him to have Osha be in the light.
Right.
They probably sense the darkness in her soul and the force and whatnot, and they just left her for dead. And now they're all feel guilty.
Or maybe they try to kill her. Like,
that's also a possibility.
Like Luke Skywalker. That, like Luke Skywalker attacked Ben Solo because he felt the how bad it was going to get. So he saw that the only way to get rid of it was to kill him instead of trying to save him.
That's a big possibility.
I don't see that happening at all, because if they play that route again, I'm gonna just fucking groan, because it didn't suit Luke's character at all. And from what I see with Master Soul's character, it doesn't suit.
But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking maybe. Okay, so there was 4 of them. maybe he was the only one against it. Because, and I'm going with what you're saying about his character, that it doesn't fit him that he would do something like that. But maybe he was the only one against doing what happened.
It's certainly possible.
Which is why he felt so guilty about it.
Who else was there besides the two that are already dead? Master Soul, who is still alive. Who else was there? I forget.
They haven't. It was the
Wookiee.
Wookiee.
Not named. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, good luck killing a Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah, we'll see that today.
Do you guys think it might also have been like accidental, that they didn't mean to kill them, like the family, and then they whoopsies?
I think
like
it
may
was
have
just
been fighting
that,
somebody.
If I remember correctly, I think it was just something that happened under their watch, and then something that I guess they tried to prevent. The parents died. Each one of the kids thought the other was dead, but somehow they both escaped.
Right.
And so everybody thought May was dead, and so they took Osha in. Both of them were force sensitive, so I imagine the plan at some point was probably to train the both of them.
Right.
Didn't they say that May started the fire?
Yeah, which is why I'm saying, like,
Oh,
I think what
I
happened
remember, yeah.
was either on purpose or accidental, but either way, they kept the truth from each other. Like they took away the truth from, or kept the truth hidden from Osha, and vice versa for a reason.
Maybe Osha started the fire, but they told her that it was May so she wouldn't feel guilty about it.
About leaving?
About killing her family. Because she was young, so she probably didn't realize what she did. Maybe she used the force and caused a fire, killed her family. Her sister's dead, so she can't advocate for it. So they told her sister did it.
Possibly, yeah. That's why I'm saying it's either something that they did, or it's something that was completely accidental, but they're still covering up the truth for some reason.
Right.
Because even that guy that was on the ship that escaped, that had the whatever thing on his mouth and was giving him a nightmare or whatever, even he said she's like full of darkness or something like that. I don't recall the exact words.
He did say that.
Right.
I do.
And that was to Osha.
Right. And where is this Sith-looking guy coming in? Like in this whole thing? Were they fighting him when this whole thing happened? Did he cause a fire to create the events?
I think it's too early to tell at this stage. You know what his role is at this point, but I have a feeling that he's not the one in charge.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, or plot twist. It's Darth Revan. And it's Keanu Reeves.
I've seen some people talking about that guy that gave her the poison, the one that made it, that he's the one behind the mask.
Maybe.
Because he was like, oh, he won't know.
Right.
That'd be
too easy.
And not only too easy, I wouldn't see him that terrifying.
Because no mask.
Right. Well, but seeing him reveal that it's him, that wouldn't blow me away.
That'd be a letdown.
Yeah.
He's just testing her.
It doesn't matter, Justin. You're already let down. They're not trying to impress you no more.
I know. Like, just when you think you can't,
they already gave up with
you.
His expectations are way down here.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just when you think you can't get any more disappointed, it's like, seriously? Like, you could have gone with something entirely different. Come on. I was like, give it a swerve that actually makes me like, oh, okay, this is actually a little bit better than I thought it was.
It's the master
no.
that she's being or was trained by.
Well, I mean, you also have to figure this is 100 years before the prequels, so this could be like an early point in Darth Plagueis's time. If they decide to bring, if they decided to go that route,
that'd be nice.
So you're looking at Darth Plagueis, and then who trained him, which was Darth Tenebris.
How old was Plagueis when he died?
Darth Tyrannosaurus. Those names, dude. Like, it's just Star Wars. Sorry. Go on.
It's very weird, but yeah. As far as how old Plagueis was when he died, I'm not 100% sure. I don't recall that offhand.
Because if he was over 100 years old, this is not this could be a younger version of him, or this could be him in his like prime. But I think that someone as powerful as Plagueis was in his prime, I think his attacks would be different than just these 4 random Jedi Masters.
Well, he was a member of not the Trade Federation, the Banking Clan.
Okay.
And so that much is established, but we don't know exactly how long their lifespan is.
Right.
So it could be, like I said, it could be in, like, depending on how long they actually live, it could be in the early days of his training under Darth Tenebris. So,
right.
And then, of course, this also being, and this is also what kind of is just weird. It's like they used no legacy characters at all so far. So
we haven't seen Yoda, and we know he's alive.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like 100 years before the prequels, so you're looking at what, like a 700-year-old Yoda? You would think that
he became a master at 650, so we might not see him.
But even if it's 700, he would
still have to be on the council. Instead, they show us some other person who is a member of the council who can't act to save their life.
I have a question. What are the requirements to be on the council?
Be a master, but
that's one of them.
That's not necessarily, because Anakin was in the council and he wasn't.
Anakin was the only exception.
He did say,
he really
this has never been done in the Jedi history.
Pretty much. And he himself said that the council elects its own members. So there's so even among the people who have achieved the rank of master, which I'm assuming there are a few, in that time, and then of course the prequel era and whatnot, you would have to be like a really standout member of the Jedi Order to be considered to be put on the council. And then of course there would have to be an open seat.
Right.
So I think there's a lot.
I mean, with
more
Yoda there's half a chair open for Yoda.
So if you put Yoda and Yodel next to each other or on top of each other, there's one really nice empty seat.
Yeah, but their seats are smaller by design. But their seats are smaller by design.
Which means that if they put their seats together, there's a whole space for another seat. It's like they can have them, like, in for Thanksgiving, you have the kiddie table.
I was thinking maybe they need booster seats and everything just to get them to be like in the same height as everybody else.
In a physical sense, yes, but when you're looking at it in terms of how many members of the council can there be at any one time, that is probably what it is. So that's what I mean by if there's a seat open on the council, then they have to figure out, okay, who's the best fit to take this spot.
Right.
So,
well, if you, like I said earlier, if you stack them like Legos and then give them like they become one.
I wonder if when he got to be in the council, smaller chair I need.
It's like I can't get off that fucking chair.
That's why he's so agile. He had to jump and get on that chair.
Do a backflips to get off him.
You imagine going into the break room in the Jedi Council? If he had to use the fucking microwave, he had to jump.
Yeah, but that's pretty easy for him.
Yeah, either that or he would just use the force
and frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think he carries like a what's it called, like a ladder with him.
Or step ladder.
He wouldn't really need it. I mean, come on, you can use the force to operate pretty much anything.
Right.
I guess, but like the microwave's too high.
Yeah, but
they put the pudding cups all the way on the high shelf.
Just to piss him off.
Just to piss him off.
That's what Anakin did when he was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna make me a master."
They're putting cups up the top shelf.
Smart ass you think you are.
Tried to get that, Master Yoda. Ally. Try to get that, Master Yoda.
Like, okay. Use the force. Just open the thing, bring the pudding cup down. And just what is it? Three fingers that he's got on his hand?
Yeah.
So basically it would just be like trying to flip him off, but he's only using the one.
That's the one that makes the trick. You go up like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they didn't make the sign.
What the fuck did we just
what have we devolved into for this episode?
This is great. This is fucking great.
I mean, we can always bring back the I'll bring the baby oil.
Oh my God, Lewis, you should have been there for this recording of Nap Reacts. It was fucking.
Was
great.
It yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're missing so much. I mean, I understand why, like, you know, because since you work late as you do, but man, it. Yeah, no. Her and I were doing the impressions of Gauze and Mez from Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are we done with Acolyte?
Yeah.
And Justin's been done since we started, but
yeah. Pretty much.
Shit, he's been done since he watched the first 2 episodes. Last week. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about watching the next episode today.
Me too.
I'm only watching it because we got to cover it.
Wow.
Can you imagine if like halfway through it gets really good?
I'm not holding my breath.
Don't hold it.
It's hard to get excited. It's hard to get excited about a story created by a person that doesn't have any business being anywhere near Star Wars. Who in turn, seriously, no, honestly, Leslie Headland has no business being anywhere near Star Wars. Literally. And then, of course, the Jedi Master that I referred to is played by her wife. Who can't act to save her fucking life, who has no business being in Star Wars. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's that one?
Rebecca Henderson, who played Master of Vernesta Rowe or whatever the fuck,
I hate her character.
Her character
not
is
very good. One? And her like color is not blended in well, so she looks wonky.
Was that the green one?
Yeah.
Her character was just incredibly fucking stupid. And the fact that they have a fat Jedi.
What's up with that?
Yeah, but
representation.
Fuck that shit. Seriously? Come on, man.
They can't be fat. They don't run. Why would they be fit?
That's a good point.
They don't run, really?
No, they use the Force to everything. So
Listen, my only problem was with that. I just looked up his name because I didn't know what this fucking name was. Charlie Barnett.
Oh, that fucking asswipe, that pretentious piece of shit that his character played.
Yeah, that idiot, the one that's saying that Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Yeah.
oh.
And then
they
his
activate
co-star,
it.
you can see her like,
Just cut it
Just
out.
shut up.
Shut up.
just shut up.
Oh, Daphne Keene's character.
Maybe he started now and he doesn't know much about it.
Then he should not be talking about it.
But he's in it, so he probably has to.
Yeah, I
do
know.
something.
I mean, there's two other people next to him that can do the talking.
He felt
Yeah.
he need to talk. But that was funny.
I mean,
Going around. Hey, it's catching the eyes of people. So they are doing something right. Maybe they told him to actually do that. So hey, this will bring the marketing up. So
Go act like an idiot
yeah.
for the whole world to see.
Yep. Is that how I do it? You pay me how much?
Yeah, right.
I mean, if they pay me much, I'll say whatever. You know.
Well, it's weird. Dean Chapman's character said all of 2 words before killing himself.
Yeah.
Who's that one?
Torben, the guy that was floating, meditating, whatever the fuck he was doing.
Meditating. You should know by now. It's your favorite part.
How could they screw that up?
Very carefully.
Well, this is Disney.
Very carefully.
Well, that's your favorite company and movies. So
they have their moments, but this isn't one of them. Okay. Where did that even come from?
That's Palpatine.
Wow.
What
All
else you
right.
got?
So let's just move on from the Acolyte real quick. And
yes, please.
Because Lola, how much longer do you have?
10:30.
Okay. All right. So we got a couple of minutes. Yeah, we got a couple of minutes because I still want to get to that top 15 list that you have.
Oh yeah, that one.
All right. So we didn't watch too much of the Xbox, but I want to talk about the games that were announced on the Xbox event. So I'm going to leave the best one for last. I think you all know which one that is. But there's going to be Indiana Jones game.
I thought that was the best one.
No. Gears of War, Doom, Avowed.
Doom looked pretty interesting.
Yeah. Diablo 4. Flight Simulator 2024. World of Warcraft. Dragon Age the Veilguard or Veilguard. Assassin's Creed Shadow, which has a lot of controversy for no fucking reason. It's just a fucking game. Just let it happen.
People are just unhappy nowadays.
Yeah.
It's so
Stalker 2.
Well, no, not entirely no reason. They're repeating their it looks like they're repeating the same fucking pricing structure as all their other fucking newer games coming out, which is one of a number of things that is pissing people off. And it's like
the other one we won't touch on because it's not something we do here. The other reason why they're pissing people off.
Well, I mean, it's a game,
right?
So there's a line like entertainment versus historical accuracy. If that was the only if that was the only thing that was wrong with the game besides the fucking pricing that they're pushing now to try and push people towards their fucking monthly subscription bullshit,
Right.
then honestly, I wouldn't really have as big an issue with that game.
Right. Other than the pricing, I think that, I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, so
I have just about every Assassin's Creed game that they've made up until some of the recent ones.
Yeah, I think the only one that I don't have is Valhalla.
I don't think I have that one either.
Yeah, between Sarah and I think we have all of them. And Sarah has a couple of them double in different consoles. So, Stalker 2, Age of Mythology, Fable, Mixtape. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it has anything to do with Mixtape. Perfect Dark, Expedition 33, South of Midnight, Shattered Space, State of Decay 3, Wu Shang. Yeah, Wu Shang, Fallen Feathers. It's a little small on here. Elder Scrolls, Gold Road, Metal Gear Solid, Fallout 76, Skyline Valley, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Sea of Thieves, which I'm assuming is just maybe an expansion pack.
Possibly, yeah.
Atomfall, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Winterboro, Ragpunk.
Yep.
And Mega Break. And I think what people are most excited about, because people are still hopeful, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
They did change a lot in that game, though. So I wasn't going to buy that game at all.
But now you are.
But I may.
Okay.
Mainly because they change how you move. So you know how... Well, you don't know. But Justin knows that Helldivers, when you dive into the ground, you can actually move around with your gun and your body. The whole thing would turn around and whatnot.
Yep.
And I thought it's pretty unique. They're bringing that. It's called Omni Movement. So you can control your body a little bit better. I guess more natural, like if you were holding a gun.
Right.
So they're bringing that and bringing like the round base zombies back. They're bringing a bunch of new maps. Nuketown, I think, is coming back too. And they're bringing what people complain. Well, some people complain the most. I know my cousin did a lot. Complained the most about the prestige mode in the new games, where once you hit a certain limit for the season, then you can't go any higher. But right now they're bringing back what they used to have, which is like 10 prestiges. After you get to level 55, you can choose to prestige with some unlocked weapons. So it's more entertaining. And then after you reach level 10, then you got 1,000 more to go. So I don't know why they mentioned you got 10 and then 1,000. But I guess you will be able to continue to go up instead of going back to, like 1.
Right.
It sounds like it's still kind of following the classic COD prestige leveling progression.
Right. That's why I say like they went back to it. Yeah, they went back to, because they listened to the people. And they wanted to bring it back. A lot of people complained about it for a while. I could care less. But some people really play to level up on those games. So
right. Like the real fans that's all they do. Good for them, and I'm happy for them that they get to do other stuff.
It is based in the 90s. That's the one thing I know. It's based in the 90s. So the guns are themed with that, but still some of the newer stuff that they have added.
Right.
But they're bringing that style. And the story follows like was it the Cold War? Yeah, after Cold War, then the stat. Like if you play the story mode.
Got it. Okay. Did you guys also watch the WWDC 2024?
I did not.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
I know,
not.
Justin was
Not.
was hoping for that to happen for sure.
There's a bunch of things that Justin's gonna be like, well, Android could have done that. You could do that before 10 years ago.
There's a bunch of things that they came out with that are new for Apple users, but old for Samsung users.
Yeah, and I think it was more because people were asking for them,
right?
Than not because they needed to happen.
Come up with it, yeah,
right. Mm. So they talked about Apple Intelligence. They talk about like the Genmojis, the math notes, which I think is the coolest thing that they have.
Bringing the calculator back to the fucking iPad. Yes.
Yeah. But not only that, but it's stupid. I don't know why they took it out. I don't know why they took it away, but the math notes part, which you can. So essentially, math notes is you can write a math problem, and as soon as you write the equal symbol, it'll solve it for you. And I wouldn't use it. I just think it's pretty cool that we're to that point in technology that it's not just in a calculator, because sometimes if let's say you get a problem you have a problem in front of you and you don't know how to put that problem in the calculator.
We just lost Lola.
Sorry, I was looking at a different.
No worry, I thought she had stopped her camera.
I thought the same thing, but I looked down and.
Did you close the window?
Oh no!
It was an accident. My mouse heater needed another battery. And I changed it and it would not start for shade. And I'm like, okay, I'll just play with it here because, ADHD.
And it was on the close. Got it.
Oh, man.
So did you hear, Lola, did you hear about the math notes thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I was saying, if you have a math problem in front of you, but you don't know how to type it into a calculator, you can't solve it. Like at the end of the day, you can't solve it. But by being able to write it down on the iPad, essentially, you can solve it that way because it'll solve it for you. It'll give you, I mean, granted, it's not the greatest to learn because you're not learning.
That's where we're going. That's where we're going with nowadays things, anyways. But,
right.
Yeah.
But I think that is it cool? Yes. Is it a bad thing for society? Also, yes. Because we're gonna
not necessarily, because I see it as a tool to learn. So it's like if you're trying to learn how to do that particular style in math or however, then you can do that, and that you can use that as a way to kind of teach yourself.
No, and I completely understand that. Also, if it's giving you the answer and you already didn't know how to solve the problem, how's that going to help you? But at the same time, it's also how calculators work.
I mean, but also think about it like I learned a bunch of math through my years in university. And what do I use it for now?
Right.
Add and subtraction.
Right.
Multiply and division. That's all you need to know.
Right.
Side note, I love that Ryan on the chat said, well, you guys are really nerds doing math and stuff with magical watches. What I really think is nerdy, that my brother is talking about math while playing with Pokemon cards.
I'm fidgeting. I'm fidgeting.
And he also said I get all of my historical accuracy from Super Mario.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like turtles. So going back to this, Apple Intelligence on the Apple devices are going to, instead of getting to know the web, like the regular ChatGPTs, it's more for the user than
a cloud-based thing that was right information, basically.
Pretty much. They talked about how it won't do it, but whatever. They're just trying to make people think that it won't.
I mean, but it is encrypted, so there's a lot of stuff that you do on your phone that stays on your phone.
Right.
Like it is not shared.
It doesn't go onto the cloud either.
Right. That's where they lean into.
Right.
That security part and privacy for the most part.
Yeah, like your important things like your passwords and things like that. But what they talk about the Apple Intelligence is like it gets to know you and how you write things, your tone, things like that. That when you're writing an email that you want it to be on your own tone instead of there's some ChatGPTs that you can say, oh, write this email in a professional tone. It'll do that. But if you're trying to type in, let's say, a text message for a response of anything, it'll give the information that you need, but it will also write it in your tone of how you type and how you write things. But a lot of people
Ryan poses an interesting question. A real hot debate. Why did Apple choose the Macintosh Apple? The Fuji Apple or the Honeycrisp Apple are far superior.
I do agree with that, and also the Gala is a lot better. But
my favorite one is the Honeycrisp.
Ask you the important question.
Yes.
That's a great question. I'm going to post that question on TikTok later. So they're already going. They're already updating the Vision OS, which now now you actually have mouse support. It does AirPlay receiver. It follows your breathing. That way, if you're dying, it knows. Travel mode on trains. It knows when you're on a train. I don't know what it's so important about that, but maybe so you don't get.
They did make a big deal about it. And I was like, sure. I've seen so many people in the train that I take to work.
Yeah. Because if they're taking the train, they can afford the what's it called?
The Apple Vision?
Yeah, that. They added the Bora Bora environment to your backgrounds.
I do think that the cool thing they added to the Vision OS 2 is that depth of field in the photos. I don't know if you saw that video, but that was interesting. I guess for the people that have it.
The special photos, whatever it's called.
Yeah. I'll send you a video, Justin, so you can see what we're talking about. Basically, it makes it seem like you are in there, like you are
in the picture,
in the space that they took the picture. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
for the people that own the Vision that want to have that and not be in person with people,
right? Send them that.
With the iPad OS, it needed those improvements for sure. What are you laughing
Ryan at? Again in the chat. I went to my optometrist and asked for Apple Vision, but my insurance didn't cover it. I'll see myself out.
That's funny.
Hit that like button before you go.
The notes, when you take the notes and whatnot, it will, if you make any corrections and whatnot, it will mimic your writing, which I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
You were gonna go to the next one. Go.
Well, I was gonna go to the iOS.
Mm-hmm.
The iOS 18. I actually downloaded the beta, and
your phone broke.
No. So some cool things that they have is, which is new for us. I know, but I'm still going to talk about it. You can customize your icons. You can put it in light, dark mode. You can tint them. You can actually make them either small, which the small is the regular size of icons that iPhones always had, or you can make them large, which is just, it's not too much larger, but
you can see more stuff from the app before you get into the app.
Right.
That's like a widget.
Right, pretty much. And then what else did they add to this? Oh, the messages. They added like new, like when you're typing a message and you want it to be pretty much like alive, you have different settings for it to like pop up, or they enlarge when you send them and things like that.
They break apart. You never see that. Sorry, Justin, you will never see that. But we'll show you one day when we are next to you.
Yeah. You can actually highlight things in the message. You can underline things. You can, just like if you were sending something on Word at the end of the day.
I think the best thing they added to that is that you can schedule a fucking text.
Yeah.
Samsung have had it for a while. You can, sometimes you bring up, I come up with ideas and I want to text you guys, and I don't want to text this is 3 a.m. So I'll send it in Discord or whatever, but still bother you. But at least, you
can schedule it.
Wake up your mom, then you can text schedule a text.
Right. It's like at 4:20, Sarah, I scheduled a 4:20 message to Sarah, because every time at 4:20 we just say 4:20 to each other. It's like a game for us.
It's like 11:11.
Yeah. So
on that same note, I love not doing it for a while and then doing it on a day randomly, because usually she'll text 4:20 fuck.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't expecting it, so she sent it late.
Yep.
At 4:20, Ryan, at 4:20 is when you feed the cows.
Yes. Grass.
That's what it is.
There's a game mode coming for iPhone, which is like you can actually play better games, not just mobile games.
It basically lowers the traffic of your background information on your phone, so focus on the game, so you have a better gaming experience and not like have better frame rates,
better performance, and low latency. The photos, which, okay, this is a feature that the Google phone already had, but now iPhone has it already, or it has it now. It's, let's say you have a picture and let's say it's Sarah and I, and we took a nice picture, but there's someone in the background. We can actually delete that person from the background. And it doesn't alter the picture. It just takes them out. And it fills in the whatever was behind them. It fills it in by gathering information around it.
They basically fix a bunch of stuff with the Apple Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You can send, like, if it's your birthday, I can send you a text, create a freaking image, just direct it to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a superhero, you can be a superhero. But it's like, I don't have to go to another app to create an image and then go back to here and then copy and paste or whatever.
It's like the Google phone that they just released, that it has their own ChatGPT integrated.
Which Gemini?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
Which leads me to the next point. Hopefully my phone doesn't hear it, but Siri. Yes, it heard it. It's more natural now. Let's say you want to find you need to send someone a picture, but you can't find it on your gallery. You tell to find it for you. You just describe the picture to it, and it'll find the pictures that fit that description
within your gallery.
Right now, because they haven't released that, the first beta is actually it'll find pictures for you on the internet. But once they release the full or the next update to the beta, it'll go into your gallery and find a picture. If you want that picture in your note, let's say I'm creating a bio for all of you, right? And I have it on my notes, and I need a picture for you guys from my gallery. I'll find that picture and tell in the same conversation to this AI to post that picture.
Let's call it Jarvis.
Jarvis to post that picture in the notes under your bio. And it'll copy paste it into your bio in the notes. So they're adding things to it they're more user friendly and that you can navigate through a lot easier. You can enlarge the control center. You can customize it a little bit more. Before, the control center was specific icons that you had, and if you wanted to change it, you had to go through the settings and do it all through there. But now you can actually do it through the control settings, the control center, by just adding the widgets that you need and whatever. One thing that I thought that it was pretty cool for Jarvis was, let's say that Lola she goes to New York and I have to go pick her up. And she tells me the details. And she told me last week, but the day of, it's time to go pick her up. I asked Jarvis, hey, what time and airline did Lola tell me to go pick her up at? And it'll bring all the information that I need.
That's pretty cool.
And not only that, but let's say we said, hey, let's go eat next week. And here's the day. I asked for the information, and then it'll also give me, if you gave me a place that we're going to go meet, it'll give me the place and it'll ask me, do you want the directions? And it'll give me the directions to the closest one to wherever I have to, wherever we said we were going to meet. So it's integrating a lot of things that are actually, to me, this is better than hardware. Oh, here's a new iPhone. Can I do better things with the old one that I have? That's at the end of the day, that's what I want to know.
And one thing they're bringing to the Mac OS is also getting obviously an update and whatnot, and now you can mirror your phone like Android had as well, while your phone is locked and away. They explain it like if it is in another room and you're working on your computer, you have something you want to access in your phone, you can bring it up in your computer and use your phone from there, which is
right.
Cool.
And the keyboard on your Mac and your mouse or the trackpad, you can actually interact with your phone, like even if it's locked, like he said. And let's say that you can literally utilize your phone like if it was in front of you. like they talk about Duolingo. Like you got a notification from Duolingo and you're like, oh, I want to do that now. You do it and the audio will come through your Mac just if you had your phone in front of you.
And then the cool thing is your phone stays locked.
Right.
And, like nothing shows there.
Right. You don't have to have it open. You don't have to hit AirPlay to Mac and then start using it. Once it's there, it has the lock. I think all you have to do is unlock it from your phone, from your, like the same code that you have on your phone. You unlock it through your Mac. That way you can start using it. But the physical phone stays locked. And they added also gestures to the AirPod Pros.
Oh, yes.
That let's say right now, if you get a call on your AirPods, it's Jarvis will ask you if you want to answer. And you say yes or no. But now you can either nod to say yes, or you can shake your head to say no.
Let's confuse it and go like this.
And then if you are in a crowded place with the AirPod Pro, it'll enhance your voice and it'll isolate your voice from everything else. The rest of the sounds will go down. Just like if you were using,
it's like noise cancellation for your voice.
Yeah. Basically. Right.
Voice isolation.
Pretty much.
The Watch OS, I don't even know if I want to talk about it because there's really not anything like important other than gestures that they added if you have your watch. Like if you want to answer a call, you do gestures and I'll answer them. What else? You can do the screen sharing also on your iPad.
Justin is loving all these updates, though.
Yeah.
He's so excited to get an iPhone.
Yeah, he's so excited. Let me see the Mac OS.
I forgot the name for the new
Sequoia.
I was thinking of Catalina, but that was the previous one.
Yeah. So the iPhone mirroring, the iOS notifications on Mac, the emoji tapbacks. They added a bunch of emoji tapbacks. Oh, another thing that they added to like the Genmojis is that, let's say you're talking to somebody. The example they gave is if you're in a spa day and you're telling somebody that you're in a spa and you want to send them an emoji, but it doesn't exist, the AI will create one for you. You just type in what you want.
And you can create all sorts of...
Yeah. The example they gave... Right. The example they gave was, I'm at the spa, so I want a smiley face, but with cucumber slices on their eyes. And you send that. So there's a bunch of things that are... I think that they should have done this and not given us the Apple Vision yet.
I think the Apple Vision has its audience.
No, for sure. It's just the price.
People, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of limits they have on emoji generation, because that could.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it's like ChatGPT that tells you, "Okay, I'll do that."
Yeah,
probably.
Can you make an eggplant, but can you make it skin color, please?
Can you make an eggplant that's a shower, not a grower? A grower, not a shower?
Can you make a tiny eggplant?
Make it smaller.
Right.
Smaller than that. Smaller.
Right. And then, okay, so one of the biggest things that out of all of this AI stuff is that under Toolkit, when you're creating an app for Apple, you can actually access all those features and make sure that you can put your app that you're creating to be able to work with those features. So it's not just the Apple apps. They're allowing third-party apps approved by Apple, obviously.
Yeah, for all the developers.
Yeah, to be able to put their apps through these features, which is kind of cool, I think. I'm going to download the iPad OS for sure.
I need to update my. Just charge it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could start using a little bit of it more.
Right. I have to do the same. I have to buy a new charger for it. The last thing is on the audio part. Let's say you have any of their headphones or speakers. Now, if you're watching a movie and this movie, it's one of those movies that everything in the background is like super loud, the action sequences and all that, but the dialogue is really low, it'll enhance the dialogue on all your receivers.
Oh, I don't think it's just their speakers though.
It's on TVs, receivers,
Apple
and
TV.
Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, yep. Apple
Right.
TV, you can do that.
Right.
And the other thing is I think Amazon have had this a while, but when you can swipe up on your controller when you're watching on an Apple TV, and then it will tell you the characters they're there and whatnot. Amazon again, they did have it before, but it works kind of weird sometimes, and you gotta pause it. In this case, you can just swipe up and actually see
okay.
it.
Yeah, I know that Amazon you have to pause it, but that's pretty cool though. There's a bunch of things that are cool, that are nice, that are coming to Apple.
And you know that most of the things do work first day. Most of them.
Right. I haven't had an issue with my beta yet. Like the 17 beta, that one I had, it was glitchy. But this one, it doesn't look, I don't feel anything like it's messing up with anything. One thing that you could have done on, going back to the iOS real quick, one thing that you could have done with the Android phones that you couldn't do here was that all your apps on your home screen, they're always wherever they're placed in order. You can't move them around your screen, but now you can. I know that's something that Android was able to do first.
What do you mean you can't move them?
Like you can place them anywhere in your screen. They don't.
Oh, gotcha. Like they don't have a specific slot. Like they don't rearrange.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah. They then finally bring in that. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I think they just heard enough of complaints of a lot of Android users that have moved to Apple. That's one of the things that they miss of having.
Right.
Because before you used to have either Apple or Android, and now you have a mix of people like just buying different stuff and different tablet brands and computer brands. Not everyone stays in one oasis, I guess, but they're learning finally.
Right.
I wonder what kept them from doing like moving to like fully customizable home screens and things like that. Like what was the reasoning behind it?
I think is this like there's a lot of Samsung users and Android users that have moved to Apple,
or they've lost, or the other way around. They lost them,
their clients, because they are missing just the one feature that could be easily made, which now they've done. How many years now? I don't even know how many years they've had with this.
It's weird though, because they could have done it for what, at least a decade?
You could do this with the first iPhone. If you have jailbroken iPhones, you could do a lot of customizations.
Now it actually the iPhone looks like it's jailbroken. So it's pretty cool, the things that they're doing, because they're simple. I think that this update for Apple was more user based than
they finally heard people.
Yeah, either that or they're running out of new things to put on the iPhones, and they're like, you know what? Let's just go back to the basics. This was
in the bottom of the list, but we don't have anything else. Let's just bring this thing up that everybody wants it. We don't want it.
Right. And it'll go away in the next iOS.
It's broken.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad that they didn't say, oh, here's the iPhone 16, which I can see it in the next quarter.
No, but they've been doing this for a while. So they first have a event that will showcase their computers and iPads. And then they have an event for just the iOS, because they used to have everything at once and it was too much.
Right.
So now they divide it like that. And then the last event is the iPhones and
right.
The devices, basically, except iPads.
Right, because the iPads, it just did it with the computers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we might just get new headphones and a new version of what we have.
Could be. I think they might upgrade the Max. That's already been 2 years.
Right. And they need to upgrade. I think it's been also 2 years from the AirPods, because the AirPods,
they did have an update last year. So instead of having a Pro, what they did is they reinvented the first one. So it wasn't like a Pro version, like it wasn't an AirPods Pro, because they have the AirPods Pro 1 and 2.
Right.
And then they have the first gen and now the third gen, but it's more of an upgrade from the first one, not the Pro.
Right.
It doesn't have like a removable earpiece or whatever, right. The foam thing.
Okay. All right. So out of everything that we just discussed, what's most exciting about? Like, real quick. No, nothing. Okay, cool.
The calculator, man.
The calculator, yeah. The math notes to me.
No, for real. You know how many times I've had my iPad sitting here because I use it to take notes sometimes at work. How many times I needed to fucking add something, and I just have it right here, and I don't have I have a third party app.
Yeah, you have to download a third party.
I don't want to have ads in a calculator. I don't want to have ads. Right. I don't want to pay for it either.
Right. It's something with like intrusive ads or something that you have to pay for. So it's just like, why take that feature away?
Exactly. When I first
we're doing you this favor by giving you back your calculator. Well, fuck you. You never should have taken it away in the first place.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like when they changed the flavor of Coca-Cola. Of Coca-Cola. Coke stays the same.
What was the flavor of Coke before?
Of Coca-Cola, when they're like, oh, we have a new formula,
when they did
a new recipe.
Coke.
Yeah. And then not even a year later, they're like, oh, here's Coke, the original. Because no one liked it. And that's why to this day, it still says on the can, Coca-Cola, the original.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give us that top 15 and let's move on. That way Lola has to go to sleep.
All right. So this is the top 15 video game sequels of all time ranked by gamers. Thanks to Geekly.com for putting out this list. This was actually put out about a week ago. So
about a week ago.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
I have no idea where that came from. So
a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like this list. All right. Yes. So the 15 greatest video game sequels of all time voted on by gamers. So let's see
Let's see if the gamers have any sense whatsoever. Well, I actually just copied this list over to a text document because I don't need any more fucking windows open. So we'll get straight into it at number 15, 2009's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Top tier.
Never played it.
The original one?
Yeah.
I'm saying the original one was top tier.
I would definitely have it within the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe
the top
not
10 Call of Duties? Because there's so many fucking Call of Duties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about the original release of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So, all right, at number 14, Metal Gear Solid. 1998's Metal Gear Solid.
That was the first Metal Gear Solid that I played.
Never played it.
Never played it.
I have.
All right.
Yeah, all right. At lucky number 13 from 1994, Doom 2.
Doom, I liked.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with Doom.
Yes.
Yeah, Doom 2 was good.
You know what the coolest thing was? It was that the cassette was red.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what's it called? Killer Instinct. The cassette was black. Oh, it was cool.
Oh, yeah. All right. At number 12, Borderlands 2.
Still gonna get to that.
I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one. I'm just starting to get into the third one.
Never played it.
I never played Borderlands 2.
Well, darn.
But I'll watch the movie though.
Whatever.
All right. At number 11, Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
That honestly should be higher on the list than it is.
And this is a overall, like right, like top 15 overall games.
Sequels of all time.
Sequels.
This is covering sequels, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, so Street Fighter 2 should definitely be on this list. Or it should be on the list, but it should be higher on the list. I'm thinking, for me, top 5 easily.
Yeah. Depending on what the top 5s are.
True enough.
Yes. Because I know that Super Mario World 2 is going to be top 5. No?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think
Maybe.
Need for Speed 2 will be top 5.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At number 10, we're in the top 10, Assassin's Creed 2.
First Assassin's Creed I ever played. That's, yes. To me, top 5.
That one. I agree.
It was cool at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Need a little bit of it, but I got to go back and really sink my teeth into that one. All right. At number 9, Silent Hill 2.
I didn't play Silent Hill 2.
I didn't play it either, so I don't really have an opinion on its placement.
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I know people liked it.
Yeah.
Lola?
I haven't played it.
Gotcha. All right, no worries. At number 8, you guys will enjoy this one, Halo 2.
Yes.
Just started it.
Just started it? Nice.
I gotcha. What do you think of it so far?
Huh?
What do you think of it so far?
It's good. It looks better than the first one.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
first one was a lot of fun, though.
I think Halo 2 it's the best Halo, period, to me.
Oh, yeah.
That's their peak.
The gameplay. Oh, yeah. The gameplay, the story, the music, especially since they included Breaking Benjamin, and that's one of the bigger bands that I like to listen to, so.
See, I don't know about this one, but I know in the first one, the random, like, drum solos and guitar solos seems amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's
perfectly
so fucking
placed.
loud.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's so fucking loud, but it also like, yeah.
Now, are you playing Halo 2 as part of the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Sadly, they took Breaking Benjamin's song out because I don't think they had the license for it anymore. Well, too bad. All right. At number 7, Mass Effect 2.
That was a good one.
I have not played that one.
I have not either. I don't think I've played any of the Mass Effect. I have started and then I've created my character and then spent 5 hours doing that. No, that's too long actually, but 2 or 3 hours doing that. And then as soon as I started playing, I was like, I'm tired.
Oh, I mean, when a game has a character creator, that's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got so many options, and I got really excited, and I created a character. I created multiple characters because I've tried playing it multiple times.
Yeah, it's like I've brought up in the past before. It's the 2K games. That's pretty much the first thing I did. It's always create my character, and then not only that, but then they introduced the face scanning feature that you scan your face through the app, and it rendered your face onto the game. So I'm like, oh, great. The first time they did it, it looked just like me. Then after that, also, I think the first time they did it, I didn't have a beard. So it actually rendered my face.
See, the first time I did it, I had a beard, but they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year it was, but I do remember it took like an hour. So,
yeah.
Holy shit.
No, now it takes like 10 minutes.
There you go. All right.
So.
All right. At number 6, Portal 2.
I like the first one better.
I actually like the second one better.
Are these all Xbox games?
No, a lot of these are PC. Portal 2 did come out on PC.
PC and Xboxes. Same.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, well, some of these did come out on PlayStation. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 obviously being multi-platform.
No.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid being PlayStation exclusive for like a little bit of time, and then they started releasing more on Xbox. I think they had a couple of releases on the GameCube too.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Now at number 5, we're in the top 5. Half-Life 2.
Never played it.
I haven't played it either, but it is apparently extremely popular.
It has to be good. Top 5.
One of the biggest Valve titles that they've got, and people are begging for Half-Life 3. Like they've been begging for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. At number 4, Batman Arkham City.
Yes. It's great spot.
Never played it.
One of the games
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
All right. At number 3, we're in the podium positions here. Resident Evil 2.
Yes. Agree.
Never played
Definitely.
it.
Never played it. Yeah.
I played like the first one.
It is on my list,
PC, and that's it.
I've played it. Really good. I skipped 3, and I honestly though 4, Resident Evil 4 was peak Resident Evil. Right up until Resident Evil 7, which was really fucking good.
Yeah, I played the first one on my neighbor's house, so I never had it. I just played whenever he died.
All right, at number 2, Uncharted 2.
I played the first one, not the second one.
I've
never
really
played it, but it's on my list.
I have the game. I never.
I
think I played the first one.
I haven't played any of them, but I probably should, because I hear a lot of good things about the Uncharted series. So
all good things.
Yep.
It's too many games now.
What, for Uncharted?
No, I mean like overall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Overall, yeah. There's just too much to play and not enough time.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So anybody care to guess what they think number 1 is?
Need for Speed Underground 2.
There's Yadi.
That's shit. Would Need for Speed Carbon be a sequel to? Yeah, because it takes the same.
Do you like Carbon?
Oh, Carbon was a sequel
to Most Wanted.
Yep.
I love the original Most Wanted and Carbon are my two favorite, other than Underground 2, but those two are my favorite.
Oh, dude, I love those two.
Mm-hmm.
Most Wanted and Carbon.
That's when they added the drifting like seriously to the games. Top tier.
Carbon, yes, like it. Most Wanted, not so much. Like it really wasn't a big.
Most Wanted, all they had was the hills, but Carbon they introduced the hills and they introduced the circuit version, which was great.
Crazy shit. So, Lewis, what do you think?
Carbon. I'm just going. I'm biased.
Staying in Need for Speed.
Lola, what do you think?
I don't have an actual answer because I don't really know most of this game, so I'll just give you a sort of jokey answer. I'll say Fallout, whatever the sequel was.
Fallout 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was when Fallout was still. I think it was Fallout was still RTS or a strat. It was a strat game. I think it was a real time strategy game. I gotta look into it because I have all the Fallout games. I just haven't played any of them yet.
Right.
I actually just got done putting them in fucking chronological order, and that's how I'm gonna play them. So let's see. Ronald Shelton in chat says Final Fantasy. As much as I would love for that to be true, it is not. None of those answers are correct. At number 1 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I didn't think about that.
True enough. I played the game and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I didn't play Red Dead Online because I didn't really care enough about the game to play it. I'd love to see a Red Dead Redemption 3. I actually haven't played the first Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Revolver. Like that's literally RDR2 is literally the only one in that series that I've played.
So, which is a good game.
It's a good game, yeah.
Never played it though. But I'm glad people like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you should play it. It's definitely a game worth playing, I think.
I think Sarah finished it too.
The way my time works is I have the things I enjoy and the things I enjoy, and then I just do the things I enjoy, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm gathering what you're saying.
Yeah. I get it. Fair enough. So yeah, that is the top 15 video game sequels of all time, thanks to coveredgeekly.com. They've got some, they always seem to have some pretty good stuff there.
Heck yeah.
So.
Beautiful. All right. Is that it for today?
Looks like it.
All right. Ta-da. All right, guys. Welcome again. Again.
We welcome you. He welcomes you.
Okay. All right, guys.
This is section.
Yeah.
You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Well, good, because it's the end, not the welcome. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lewis. This was the Nerd Archive Podcast. And say goodbye to Lola, Yadi, Justin. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Bye.
Click all the things. Bye.